follow our vehicle. We will show you where 1 mile is. Return your vehicle to this area. LA County Fire Department is trying to evacuate the area.
No, it's like
Is this actually part where you can leave?
I tell you one thing, boys. And this stuff I just come out to do on my own.
for now.
Okay.
But I appreciate that. Thank you.
And tons of snacks.
I guess because you know what, when I was evacuated before, I never even went to where they had the evacuation last year, because Jonathan and Edgar had offered me a place to stay.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, yeah, but I know I couldn't do a lot.
You can take whatever you need. Do your.
Okay. So. Just answer the question. I should know. Oh, she's probably on the conference call too.
Perfect. So the first thing is always the easiest. It's just say and spell your first and last name.
Okay, ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm Mimi, M-I-M-I, teller, like a big teller, T-E-L-L-E-R.
Perfect.
I was going to get my title.
Yeah, and then what is your title?
Public Information Officer Volunteer with the American Red Cross Los Angeles region.
Perfect. So what are you guys out here doing today?
So this is a temporary evacuation point, and it's a place for anyone who has been told they have to evacuate or feel safer evacuating. They can come here. We have water, snacks, and very safe social distancing. We also have plenty of hand sanitizer and masks and gloves. So we follow all of the CDC protocols, and we're here to assess each person's need. And depending on what they need, we will respond accordingly.
Perfect. And then a little bit more about the COVID stuff. What are you guys doing to kind of continue to be safe here while all of these people are going to be coming in?
Well, the reason why we have this temporary evacuation point instead of a shelter is so that we can be outdoors where people are safe. Generally, when people pull up here, they remain in their cars, and then we approach the car from a safe distance, and we ask the questions, the pertinent questions, to determine the need that they need us to provide. And, we make sure everyone remains socially distanced, even all of us working here today. We all have our masks, and my hands are dry from sanitizer. So we're we're following all of the precautions and recommendations of the CDC.
Perfect. And then...
That's nice.
When people come here, what can they expect to be done? So, and then what are the two main setups you guys have? I know there's one here and one in Santa Clarita.
Yeah, so when people arrive here, they pull up in their car, we approach the car from a safe distance, and we ask, what is their situation? Do they have a place to stay? Do they have friends or family that they can stay with? Do they have any pets that are in need? So we assess each individual situation, and then we make the recommendations or we provide the resources based on what they need. And we have two of these temporary evacuation points. There's the one here at Highland High in Palmdale, and then there's also another one at the sports complex in Castaic.
Perfect.
Oh, Lucy Sontag. Sonntag.
And then first name's common spelling Lucy?
No, Lucie.
Perfect. And then you're a resident here?
Yes, I am.
So
I'm retired. And this is my house.
So explain to me a little bit about how your day's been today.
Well, all of a sudden the sun was gone. I said, oh, what happened? So I come out the deck and there's a big smoke. And that was about 3, 4 o'clock. And that's when I said, oh no, here we go again. I always say here we go again because we went just to the powerhouse and we had to be evacuated. So now we're being evacuated again. And it's hard for my mom. My mom is bedridden, and so we have to carry her downstairs and hopefully get her in a motor home. And I don't even know where we're going to be evacuated. So we just built this house, but we did. My son came from his work. He came with his pickup, so we're building. We took everything as much as we could in the car, and that's it. So I'm hoping that it will pass us by like last time.
Honestly, looking away, you don't have to look at me. You can look away. Like you can look
that's
out.
okay.
That's fine.
I've just never done this before.
So the first thing's the easiest is just say and spell your first and last name.
Charlotte Platz, CHARLAPLATZ.
And then you're a resident on Lake Elizabeth Road, correct?
Yes. Well, it's actually, yeah, I'm on Trail G.
And then you were talking about a little bit earlier about brush clearance. Can you give me a little bit of the background on that?
Yes, our local fire department did not come around this year and have everyone do their weed abatement. So we are all kind of screwed right now because of the fire that's coming.
And then with that, like on a normal year, what would happen with that?
A normal year, they would come around, post on the house, and give you, I think, until May or June to have everything in compliance. And then if not, then they're supposed to report it to the forestry. And nothing's been done for the last 2 years.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna start recording now, so
Bet.
So the first thing's always the easiest, just say and spell your first and last name.
Ravi Johnson, R-A-V-I, Johnsson.
And what are you out here doing today, and what's kind of the story behind this?
So, I came home from work, I saw a massive plume of smoke, and I was like, oh my god, because 7 years ago, my house burned down, and something just like this. We spent the last 7 years rebuilding that house, so I was like, oh my gosh, because my mom called, and she was like, Ravi, there's another fire. I was like, not again. So I was like rushing to come up here so that I could weed whack, I could just spray everything down and make sure that this time we had like all that defensible space. So hopefully like if the fire came up, the firemen would see like, yeah, they got the space, and then they'd dig in and defend it, because last time we had all these trees and it just went up.
Or you can look to your right. Yeah, it's a little less awful. Alright, so the first thing is always the easiest. It's just say and spell your first and last name.
My name's Jorge Roman, Jorgeroman.
And what is your story being out here tonight?
So, I was babysitting, and then I just look outside. Or, well, I looked on Instagram, and then someone posted that there's a big fire. My bad. And so I walk outside, and there's a big fire, and then my homie calls me, and he's all like, oh, I need your help. I need to go spray down my plants and weed whack. So we do that, and then once we're there, we spent like a few hours just looking at the fire, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And we had to leave. I told him, come to my house if you need to. And right now, well, we came to help his dad and everything. We're gonna go check out the house if it's all right.